understand one important concept from Chemical Thermodynamics, grade 12 chemistry. Today we will understand how to decide whether a particular chemical reaction is spontaneous or not under given set of condition by using Gibbs energy formula. दोस्तों ये कॉन्सेप्ट के ऊपर बोर्ड्स के अलावा काफी एंट्रेंस एग्जामिनेशंस में क्वेश्चंस पूछे गए हैं, जिसके तौर पे अगर आप देखो तो आपको डेल्टा H और डेल्टा S यानी एंथैल्पी और एंट्रोपीज की कंडीशन दी जाएगी और आपको पूछा जाएगा प्रेडिक्ट वेदर द गिवन रिएक्शन इज स्पॉन्टेनियस और नॉट. So let us understand how to keep in mind whether the reaction will be spontaneous or not. I am just drawing a chart over here for the sake of simplicity in our understanding. So let's see. I am making 4 columns. The first is for delta H, the second is for delta S, the third is for value of delta G, and the last but not least is for conclusion. Alright. Now, what could be the probable values of delta H and delta S I can say? See, the first condition is both can be positive. What could be the second chance? Both could be negative. The third will be this can be negative, this can be positive. And the fourth is delta H can be positive and this can be negative. I hope there is no fourth condition as such present in the nature. Now, in these situations, we are supposed to test the values of delta H and delta S with respect to this equation. We all know if the value of Gibbs energy is negative, the reaction is spontaneous. If it is positive, the reaction is non-spontaneous. And if it is zero, the reaction lies at the situation of equilibrium. Alright, let's start. First is positive, positive. I'll write positive and positive. You can simply observe product of positive and negative is always negative. Alright? And summation of negative and positive entity can be negative, can be positive. So I will say value of delta G is positive or negative. Now, if I want to make the value negative for the sake of being process spontaneous, I must ensure that the temperature must be high. If I ensure high value of temperature, ultimately product will become high and my chances of getting negative value will increase. So initially I will say reaction is spontaneous at high temperature. This conclusion can be drawn from the above statements. Is that fine? Now let's see for the next. According to set number 2, delta H is negative, delta S is negative. Product of two negative entities is positive entity, and summation of positive and negative is again positive or negative based on the sign of higher value. So if I want to give sign of this value over the answer, I must ensure the product must be minimum, and for that sake I should carry my reaction at lower temperature, so I can conclude the reaction will be spontaneous at low temperatures. Fine? Now the third situation, if I say negative value of delta H and positive value of delta S, let's see. The product of positive and negative entity is always negative, and the summation of two negative entities is again negative. So over this condition I am going to get negative value of Gibbs energy, so I will say value of Gibbs energy is negative. So here I can conclude it is spontaneous at all temperatures. Fine? And if I take the last situation in account, positive and negative, the product of two negative entity is positive value and the summation of two positive value is always positive. So value of Gibbs energy will be positive for the last set. Hence I can say the reaction is non-spontaneous at all temperatures. So here you can observe the chart. You will be given this set of values and you will be asked to draw the conclusion. With the help of this formula, you can simply test the values of delta H and delta S by your guessing, by your knowledge of basic mathematics, and you can observe the right value of Gibbs energy and respective conclusion. So this video or this article will really help you out in deciding or in coming around the conclusion about the concept of spontaneity with respect to given chemical change. Thank you so much.